So, for those who are new here, welcome. For my returning viewers, welcome. If you don't know who I am, I'm just going to put it out there. My name is Tiara, aka TeeTee. And this video, I don't really have a title as of right now. I'm pretty much just going to put something out there that has pretty much been sticking with me for a little bit. And pretty much what it is how every culture creates subcultures. And over the past couple of months, I have been pretty much battling amongst myself with deciding whether or not I wanted to, get rid of my social media accounts. I say that because motherfucking Facebook for me is like stressful. And it's not even just Facebook, it's like, just social media in general. Snapchat, motherfucking Instagram, all of them. Alright? And what I mean by that is, one, as a black, individual, if you just highlight the black, because when you look at me, the first two things you see is black and female, but for most people it's black. And as a black person in general, there's a lot of things that's going on in society that I'm constantly dealing with, that I have to face, and that alone weighs on my psychological, you know what I'm saying? And so when you motherfucking add in social media, you know what I'm saying, and then you add in all of the other statuses that I hold, it becomes very overwhelming. It's motherfucking mind-blowing to me how people aren't empathetic. They're incapable of putting themselves in the shoes or in the place of someone else to kind of, get a vibe of, get a feel of how it is to be them, how it is to experience what they experience. And what I mean by that is, so I'm just gonna brain dump, just like dump it all on y'all. Put it in the order that you want, you see. So every time I get on motherfucking Facebook, especially Facebook, every time I get on motherfucking Facebook, now my Facebook friends are predominantly motherfucking minorities. They're predominantly black people. The next one in is motherfucking Hispanics, he's sprinkling, and then you have all the other races. Majority of the people that are on my Facebook are people that I grew up with in my hometown. Second to that is, family. Next to that is people that I've met over my life, over the course of my life and throughout the military, increasing my education and such. And so when I scroll down my timeline and I see something about the LGBTQ community that is 9 times out of 10 negative, it is 9 times out of 10 coming from somebody that is black. You know what I'm saying? And what gets me is the fact that people, and it's not just black people, a lot of people view it. However, I focus more on black people because, as I say, that is what my life is made up of, predominantly. Motherfucking people don't understand. Like, when they look at sexuality, they look at sexuality on the levels of, like, race, almost. It's like, the prejudices that they have are just like, it's motherfucking absurd. So let me break it down for you. These motherfuckers, they would be out here and motherfucking attack. I'm anti-homosexual, yada yada yada. And then they have all these prejudice, remarks, everything negative coming out their mouths against the LGBTQ community, and they fail to realize the same motherfucking LGBTQ mother effers that you over here, ridiculing and ostracizing and motherfucking belittling and treating like garbage. Do you know that there's a quite a bit of them that are black? Like, LGBTQ community, they felt it's a culture that is made up of numerous subcultures. You see what I'm saying? Like, LGBTQ does not belong to motherfucking white people. You see what I'm saying? LGBTQ is not motherfucking all Chinese people. LGBTQ community is not all motherfucking Hispanics. It's not all motherfucking Islamic. You see what I'm saying? But people will motherfucking treat ostracize it as if like I'm racist towards you. My biggest thing is that majority of the people that I know that are like some full-fledged like voices, like these people have no problem with getting arrested to voice their opinion, to be heard, to get equality for black people. They're homosexuals. They're a part of the LGBTQ community. I myself am the loudest person on my mother freaking, my social media. In my opinion, I'm the loudest person. However, I get ridiculed, I get ridiculed by black people for being a part of the LGBTQ community, and I get treated like garbage. It's like, nigga, I'm still black. Like, what the freak? You're just gonna treat? And then here's my thing. When people try to throw in that whole bull crap about how the white man, the white slave masters utilize homosexuality and they rape this, that, and the third slave and they got all this motherfucking homosexual. No one's born homosexual. It's a lifestyle. It's just like, my nigga. Majority is the same niggas that's trying to convince me that homosexuality is a lifestyle, not innate. It's the same niggas that I don't even know if they have a motherfucking high school diploma. Now, I'm not motherfucking clowning people for having, for having or lack of having motherfucking educational credentials. However, how am I supposed to believe that you know what the freak you talking about when I don't even remember the last time you picked up a book? My whole recollection of you was constantly getting kicked out of school. I don't know you to read anything outside of your comfort zone. You have not even set foot outside of your motherfucking hometown. You know what I'm saying? Until adulthood. You know what I'm saying? These are people who claim that they open to everybody. Here's my thing, and I always come back down to this. Do not sit here and try to convince Tiara Blake Grayson that you motherfucking love black people, that you have black friends, that you motherfucking love the LGBTQ community, that you got LGBTQ community members as your friends. Do not tell me that you have motherfucking Native American friends and all this, that, and the third. If you've never invited anybody from these groups to your motherfucking house and you broke bread with them, if you have not breaking bread with one of those type of people, then I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Stop this bullcrap trying to convince people that you're cool with people when you get caught up saying some foul junk and then want to be like, I love the LGBTQ community, after you just got done talking about gay this, F this, dyke this, tranny this. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, nigga. You get caught up, you get called out. Don't motherfucking try to, I got this type of friends. No, you don't. Because when the last time you invited that friend to your house and you motherfucking ate a meal that you cooked with them? How often do you do it? Don't tell me that you did it back in 1982 when it's motherfucking 2019 currently. You see what I'm saying? But these some people, I'm telling you, social media has been like stressing me out, because it's like people fail to realize is that you have subcultures within these major cultures. And when y'all start this whole, I'm black and I'm heterosexual and I'm only for heterosexual black people, you motherfuckers singling out the people that are still black but don't make up heterosexual. You cannot sit here talking about something you for black people, but then you ostracizing the homosexual blacks, the transgenders. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm motherfucking tired of it, y'all. And then it's always the uneducated ones, the ones that never thought to read up on a subject because they had no interest, or it's a person who grew up their entire lives hearing negative stuff throughout, their childhood, and they just figured, what I've been told has been right. They never thought to challenge any of it. It's like you got these motherfucking robots, and then people complaining about losing jobs or artificial intelligence. Nigga, y'all are artificial. You're just lacking the intelligence. It's just annoying. And then another thing that gets me is black people, and I always come back to black people because black people, nigga, look at me, I'm black. I don't know what to tell you. Like my experiences comes from a black woman. I'm black. Okay, I'm biracial, but I'm black. You know, at the end of the day. So, but another thing that gets me is that black people, of all people, know how it feels to mother freaking be oppressed. Know how it mother freaking feels to not have the law in your favor. You know what I'm saying? To have mother freaking laws set against you to where you can't enjoy the mother freaking freedoms and you cannot pursue the happiness that's out here that the America dream mother freaking, convinces everybody that's out there. It's all like, it's impossible. It's impossible for black people, in my mind, to be 100% okay with treating another oppressed member of a group or another disadvantaged group member, like garbage, when it's like, nigga, you of all people know these struggle. You motherfucking niggas, y'all know how it feels to motherfucking be denied motherfucking employment because something about you that somebody don't like. I mean, just because you feel that homosexuality is just a lifestyle, it could just go away, I can't wash away my skin color, doesn't mean that the person that live in that lifestyle, which is like me, feels that way. You see what I'm saying? I hate when people try to speak on things that they didn't experience. If you've never experienced homosexuality, nigga, don't open your mouth to try to say anything about it, saying that it's a lifestyle, it's not innate. How would you know? How would you know? How do you even know that you being heterosexual isn't just your lifestyle? How do you know that you're choosing that? And the major thing is like, people get taught to be gay. I get taught to be gay? Okay. So if being homosexual is a lifestyle and it's something that I am taught, then why am I gay in the first place? Because last time I checked, I live in the United States of America, which is a heterosexual dominant motherfreaking country. Motherfreaking heterosexuality is pushed on us everywhere, in our education, in the motherfreaking health system, in the motherfreaking prison systems. It is pushed everywhere. You want to sit here and try to make it seem like homosexuality is what's pushed, because when you turn on the TV, you see more of our representatives. Nigga, it's about time I turn on the TV and see a homosexual. For too long, I've been turning on the TV and seeing heterosexuals dressed up as homosexuals claiming to still be heterosexual. So I go back and say this. I go back to my point. Like, I just don't understand how black people could be for the oppression of somebody else when we of all know how it feels to be oppressed, to have everything set against us. You see what I'm saying? And then, y'all ignorant niggas, like I keep going back to, y'all motherfucking, y'all attack the LGBTQ like it's a motherfucking, like it's the white race. Nigga, I'm a part of that community. And yet, I'm out here trying to get more people that look like me registered to vote. I'm doing more out here trying to do more for the people released out of these motherfucking jails and prisons than y'all niggas that be on my, my social media. But you see what I'm saying? The loudest mother effers be the biggest hypocrites. That's all I gotta say, man. All I want to say is we gotta do better. There are subcultures within these major cultures. We gotta stop ostracizing one, because we fail to realize that when you turn your cheek to one, you are turning your cheek to many others. I'm still black at the end of the day. I'm still a woman at the end of the day. I'm still, first and foremost, I'm still a human. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what you feel about how I conduct my body has nothing to do with anything. Because I bet money if you lay down your whole lifestyle in front of me, nigga, I could rip you apart and tear you to shreds. mother freaking have you crying and have you mother freaking hating yourself afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that. Because at the end of the day, your life is your life. And I'm going to love you for you. What you do is what you do. So when we realize that, then maybe we could be a better place.